In this video, let's take a look at the first step in an easy progression to teach backstroke. Of course, a great place to first start teaching any new stroke is the kick. Let's take a look at a few steps to teach the backstroke kick. To start, have your students sit on the edge of the pool and kick the water with the top of their feet. There shouldn't be much splashing, rather it should look like the water is boiling instead. Next, have your students practice kicking in a horizontal position on their back using a kickboard. And to help keep your students more horizontal in the water, I would encourage you to have them hold the kickboard with their hands rather than hug it. And finally, have your students practice kicking on their back horizontally without a kickboard. And most students will find it easier to kick with their arms by their sides, doing a small sculling motion just to keep their hips up. And you can even challenge more advanced students to kick on their back in a streamlined position. The key to this is to make sure that the palms are just below the surface of the water. As easy as doing the backstroke kick is, of course, there's always a couple ways to do it wrong. Let's take a look at the two main ways that swimmers will do the backstroke kick incorrectly. The most common incorrect way to kick on your back is allowing your hips to drop and your feet to sink while kicking. And this can be easily fixed just by giving your students the correct reference point. I find a great analogy for trying to explain the backstroke kick would be like kicking a ball. Here, let me show you with this one. So if you want to kick a ball, the first thing you have to do is to bring your knee over the ball, then extend your foot to finish the kick. And the backstroke kick is essentially the same movement. A swimmer has to bring their knee to the surface of the water and then extend their foot to finish the kick. So if you find your swimmer's feet starting to sink during backstroke, a key word that I like to help the students remember is keep your knees up. And the second most common way to incorrectly kick on your back is to bring your knees to the surface, but rather than follow through with your foot, you just sort of kick outwards instead. This looks more like riding a bicycle rather than kicking a soccer ball. I hope that helps out with your backstroke kick. And remember, knees up.